Hi, welcome to Bedtime Terror, the show where I watch a scary movie before bed and let you know how I think I'm going to sleep. My name is Bobbie, and because we are in the holiday season, I decided to watch a holiday horror movie. And tonight's review is going to be on 2005's Santa's Sleigh. Let's get into it. Santa's Sleigh is about a teenager named Nick who lives with his kooky, nutty, eccentric grandfather who does not like the Christmas holiday in this small town called Hell. And while learning his family's folklore, we discover that the holly jolly giving Santa that we all have come to know and love actually isn't like that. He is a child of Satan, and he lost a bet for the last 1,000 years. He has been having to be holly and jolly and give out gifts to all the good kids around the world, and that 1,000 years is up. And it's, up to Nick and his grandfather to save the holidays. Wow. I didn't realize just how many layers there really could be in this movie, despite it being campy and really cheesy, but fun. So what I liked about this movie, I went into this movie pretty much blind. I knew of a movie made in the mid-2000s with Goldberg as a killer Santa Claus, but I didn't know it was this movie. All I did was see the poster, the cover art, and I did a quick search on the old website here, and I found it. And so yeah, shout out to that uploader. Thanks guy. It's actually in really good condition for anyone that's going to, want to give it a watch later. The volume is low, so you have to turn it up quite a bit. I had to, but the picture quality is really good. Anyways, yeah, so I didn't know anything about this movie. I just knew it was I just figured it was a Christmas slasher of sorts, judging it off of the cover art. And the opening scene of this movie is great. Like I said, I didn't know anything about it. I was thinking it was going to be pretty much a type of clone of sorts of Black Friday. So when I was literally hooting and hollering, laughing a minute in, and it has, Chris Kattan and Fran Drescher and that guy who, that's not Gene Hackman, right? Because if that is, I'm did he lose a bet, or that he owes someone a favor, or do they have something over him? That's not Gene Hackman. Whoever he is, I'm just I'm pretty sure you could have done better than this movie, but here we are. And that other girl, that one chick who was in a lot of film and television back in the 2000s that you recognize from that time, but you don't now, and you're oh, her, but you don't know who she is. That girl's in it. So yeah, is hilarious. I wouldn't say hilarious, but I was really laughing within a minute into this movie. So I was oh, this is gonna be a campy horror comedy. Great. Let me get baked. So then we have 3 minutes in, when Santa does appear, we get really good opening scene, within that 3-minute mark, where he starts slaying and is done in a very entertaining and comical way. I will say though, it led me to believe there was going to be more blood and gore and just like visceral violence, more than there actually is in this movie. You know, like I said, it starts off kind of strong. It does have some good kills in the beginning, nothing over the top, but you know, it catches your attention. It's entertaining. But as the movie progressed, for it to be called Santa's Sleigh, it's more like Santa bludgeons. Santa leaves unconscious, because he just kind of like, I mean, is Goldberg. Did I mention that Santa's Goldberg? Santa's Goldberg, you guys, which I instantly like recognize as Goldberg, even in like all of that. I knew it was Goldberg. And like, I was like, oh my gosh, how cool. Like, as a 2000s kid, you know, you're like, oh my gosh, how cool is that? Did I say 2000s kid? I mean like a millennial. Anyways, so like as a kid that was in the 2000s, yeah, you're like, oh my gosh, it's Goldberg. And like, I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty hilarious that like Goldberg is Santa of all people. So like, so you know, like that was awesome. Because it's Goldberg as Santa, he does these cool like action wrestling moves. You're like, that's awesome, Santa. It's nice to see that you're able to do that, but I also rather you, I don't know, kill people than like, you know, just kind of like hurt them badly. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but if it's a movie called Santa's Sleigh, I, you know, see where I'm going with this. What would be a slasher if we didn't get some good booby shots? We got some really good melons, you know, throughout the film. Well, I wouldn't say throughout the film. In one scene of the film where Santa is at a gentleman's club, because this Santa, he did 1,000 years of that, you know, goody goody BS. He's over and done with it. Pretty much Santa is a complete a-hole. And even though you're like, oh wow, you're despicable, you're also kind of like, yo, I like seeing Santa do this stuff. It's the weird. I was like, I don't want to root for Santa, but I also am rooting for Santa, like in a weird way. I also like that the kid in this movie looks like that Tucker character from like 2 episodes of Hey Arnold. If you know, you know. That said, they definitely skimped out on a lot more violence and blood and gore. This movie could be way bloodier, way gorier than it is. I don't know if it's because they weren't sure if they were going to keep it R, or possibly try to trim down scenes and language for a possible PG-13 rating. I'm not sure. Or maybe it was a budgetary thing. Because, you know, like I said, the beginning kind of leads you on to believe that this is going to be scarier and bloodier than what it actually is. With that said, I still found it pretty entertaining. It's chock full of like peak mid-2000s humor. You know, so if that's like your type of thing, you're gonna find this pretty funny. It's unfortunately not as scary as it could be and as I would like it to be. But if you're just looking for something that's still very entertaining, a campy horror comedy to enjoy, you know, this holiday season, maybe grab some Spike's hot cider or eggnog with friends and throw this on, then this movie is definitely a must watch. You know, as usual, it's completely here for free to watch. No ads whatsoever. Link will be in the description below. That said, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sleep well tonight. If anything, I may have tired myself out from laughing, but I still, enjoyed it all the same. So on a scale of 1 to 5, I'm going to give this, I'll be generous because it's the holiday season, and I'll give this a 3. Thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate your eyes. It's been a long time since I had done my last review. A lot has changed with me since then. A lot's still changing in progress, but I'm back. I'm going to be doing more reviews, a few more holiday theme reviews, more viewer requests. All kinds of things are in the works as I settle into these new beginnings. Please, please, please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends who would be into horror as well. I do appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. Happy holidays to you and yours. And until next time, sleep tight.